Yo,
Hey, yo, my
what's up
man,
with
B Hill. What's
what's
good, bro?
up, man? Not much, man. Just chilling, taking it
I like
easy.
it. I like
Yeah.
that chain. Where'd you get that from, dog?
The wife took care of me on Christmas, man. The wife, she
Bling
got me,
bling.
she got me the
Every time I
hoodie
come
that
around
you
your city,
seen in the
bling
show that
bling.
we did last time with those
Yeah,
guys. And shout out to Ty at Around the Table Sports again, man. Appreciate you for having us on. Won't be the last time. Maybe we can have him on the show with us as well. So I'll let
no
you go
doubt.
ahead and hop into this intro, though, Corey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, shoot, I'm gonna make it real quick. We about to do a Week 16 recap, a Week 17 preview, our most intriguing matchups here at the House Divided. My name is Corey Hilliard. The man next to me needs no introduction, but he is B Hill, aka B. We are the House Divided. If you've been here before, you know what to do. Come on in, get comfortable. Hey, this is your first time. Me Casa, Su Casa. But whether it's your first time or you've been here before, B Hill, get in with the house rules.
You guys already know what time it is around here at the House Divided, guys. Shouldn't even really have to go over this, but for the people that are new, if you're not already, there's a subscribe button down there. Go ahead and hit that, become a part of our House Divided family. Another thing as well, go ahead and tap that notification bell while you're at it as well, so you guys can be up to date on all our latest and greatest content we're going to be dropping for you. Also, if you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, there's a thumbs up button over there. Helps with the YouTube algorithm if you go ahead and hit that for us so we can get viewed by more people out there. And last but not least, guys, hop down in the comment box. Good, bad,
Please.
right, wrong, indifferent. You guys know we don't care. So, as you alluded to, Corey, hopping into these matchups that we had in Week 16, man, there was some good ones. Of course, you know here at the House Divided, I am a little bit biased whenever it comes to my Minnesota Vikings. So I would like to kick it off with this one here. Vikings pulled this one off, 27-24.
Where have we heard that before? Where have we heard the Vikings pull it off before? Where have we heard that?
11 games, Corey, decided by 1 point, and we're 11-0, or by one score, and we're 11-0 in those games.
It's an NFL record.
That's just, you can't sit here and disrespect them anymore. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about getting W's. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing that. And the thing is Kirk Cousins is absolute, like this is a way different Kirk Cousins than I have ever seen. And I know I'm drinking my purple Kool-Aid, man. I got it in my 2 styrofoam cup over here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm enjoying it. I'm high off of it right now, and I'm just, But it looks good, Corey. I mean, our defense, yeah, we give up a lot of yards. Yeah, we'll give up some points. But when it matters most, when the game's on the line, them guys know how to buckle up and handle their business. So, Justin Jefferson keeps on proving. I think if he plays these last 2 games fully, just like they're supposed to, then I think he's going to get the record, Corey. I think it's safe.
I would like to see him get it in 16 because you know who blocked for the guy who has the record now?
Nah, I know.
Your
Right
boy
over
was
here.
on the field for some of those receiving yards that Calvin Johnson racked up when he had 1,900.
Oof.
And so I would love to see Justin Jefferson get it in 16 games, just so the haters don't say, you know what the haters will say. If he doesn't get it in 16,
Oh, he got it in
yeah,
17.
you know what I mean.
Especially if he barely beats it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd almost have to, he'd have to crush it. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you good. But look, that doesn't diminish any of his greatness. I think he should be in the MVP talks. You guys did it again. You pulled off a 3-point victory against a Giants team that's fighting for the playoffs. I think if they win their next 2 or win one of their next 2, they're in. So it wasn't a bad team that y'all played. It was a tough NFC matchup. My thing with Kirk Cousins, I understand wanting to give him his flowers and say that he's arrived, but I got to see something in the postseason. If y'all make the NFC Championship, then I'll be a Kirk Cousins supporter. But until that happens, bro, until he does this in the postseason, I'm still hesitant. But the dude is absolutely balling. If I'm not mistaken, he made the Pro Bowl, right?
Yep, he did.
He did make the Pro Bowl. Okay,
Yep.
Cool. And I'm totally on board with you. And before I wrap this up, I am a big proponent of winning. That's all that
Right.
matters, the W.
Right.
You know
Getting
what
the
I
W.
mean?
Right.
I know you're not a golfer. I golf a lot. Bro, there's been many a holes where I shanked one into the other fairway, hit the next one down the cart path, chipped up and got a par. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the most
Yeah.
obscene true pars you would ever see in golf. But there's one thing that golfers always say, and that applies to you guys. Scorecard has no pictures.
Right.
Right?
Right.
When
Right.
you sit there, you're a golfer and you card that 4 on a par 4 or that 3 on a par 3,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't matter
Yeah.
how you card it. All that matters is that number going down saying that you got a par. And that's
Right.
the same thing for y'all. No matter how you get your W's,
Crazy.
you get your W's. So kudos.
It's crazy. It's crazy though, man. It's very stressful as a Vikings fan, week in and week out. And there's been times that it's like they should have put their foot down on it. It's like they like playing with their food too much, man. I don't understand it, but hell, man, that team believes. KOC, Kevin O'Connell, the head coach there, he needs to be in the running for Coach of the Year this year. And if he's not, it's an absolute disgrace. The only guy that has any argument to say I should do it is the guy over there in Philadelphia, just because he's been playing very, very well. And kind of alluding on that, Corey, let's go ahead and talk about that game next. The Cowboys and the Eagles, man. I mean, the Cowboys basically came out of this game. I hear from all the fans, the national media, everything else. They're they're Super Bowl contenders now. They're gonna win it all. Everything else. You know what I'm saying? And when you watch that game, because I watched this game from beginning to end, the Eagles literally turned the ball over 4 times. 4 times in this football game. Usually when you turn the ball over 4 times and the other team only turns it over once, the team that only turned it over once usually wins the game, I'd say about 90% of the time. I would say it's very high. You see what I'm saying? And the Cowboys, they were scoring off of those, though. Yes, the Eagles' defense gave up the 40 points. Dak Prescott played a good game, very good game. CeeDee Lamb looked like another number 1 receiving type week. You know, you got to give that man his flowers and his roses. He's been absolutely balling this year. But then on the other side, you've seen Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown still getting the job done. You know what I'm saying? Miles Sanders chipped in with like 21 carries for 65 yards, just enough to keep the defense honest. And Gardner Minshew, and those 2 picks that he had, man, I don't know if you got a chance to watch the game.
I saw it.
But
yeah,
they weren't. I wouldn't blame those on Gardner Minshew.
No, those are incredible plays by those DBs, bro. Those are incredible plays.
It was. And that second interception that he threw, that was on Quez Watkins, man. He let that
go attack the ball.
He let him bully him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That guy from Dallas, I can't remember the guy's name, he absolutely stole that ball away from him. And that basically, I mean, that was one of those. But Philly had a chance at the end of the game. And I don't know about you, Corey, but on that last little throw that they had in the end zone to Devontae Smith, that guy was a little bit early on defense to go back there and push him out of bounds. I'm just saying.
He was a little early. Yeah, it would have been ticky-tacky for me.
And I'm not an Eagles fan, so I'm not sitting here trying. I love that the Eagles lost. Do I hate the Cowboys won? Yes, but it helps us. Because, I mean, the Eagles right now, you know, they've got the number 1 seed. They have to literally lose their last 2 games. And I heard that Jalen Hurts is coming back this week. So they're gonna handle their opponent for sure. We'll talk about that here coming up. But I don't know, man. This was just one of those games. I can't give them their roses because Jalen Hurts was in that game. Those 2 interceptions wouldn't have been made. Things would have been a little bit different, and I think the Eagles are a much better team with him.
Yeah, bro. I sat there and watched the game beginning to end. Correct me if I'm wrong when I'm just being silly. Like, when the turnover started happening in the 4th quarter and Dallas actually won, I was surprised they won the game. Like, the Eagles controlled that game for 3 quarters. 3 quarters and about 5 minutes of it.
They did.
And then they had that 1 pick, and then they had the fumble handoff with Minshew and the running back, and then Miles Sanders fumbles the ball. And even with all of that, like you said, if they complete that ball in the end zone at the end of the game, they tie the game with an extra point to win it. I think the Eagles are the better team. I think the Cowboys were fortunate that they got all of those turnovers. Even with Gardner Minshew in the game, I still thought that the Eagles played better. They just gave them cheap turnovers,
Right?
Which you can't do, right, against a good football team. So,
right.
Kudos to the Cowboys. We just talked about my golf scorecard. Doesn't matter how you card your 4 in the par 4, as long as you put that 4 down, that matters. So, kudos to those 2 DBs for the Cowboys that went and got those balls. And then you can't help Miles Sanders and your running back and quarterback having a exchange fumble. Those are just freaky turnovers, man. And turnovers in sports, we know is a great equalizer.
Yep.
All right. When a lesser team's playing a better team, turnovers will equalize everything. So that's my take on it.
But I think we can both agree if Jalen Hurts played in that football game, the Eagles would have won.
Yeah. They should have won with Minshew. I thought they should have won with Minshew. So, yeah, for sure.
And
Bro, Jalen Hurts brings a level of football that you can't prepare for. His ability to run the ball, scramble out of the pocket, call QB runs in the huddle, design QB runs, him scrambling, and the fact that he can pass the ball now as a legit passer, you can't coach that. You can't prepare for that.
It's scary. It's scary. It really, really is. But jumping into this next game, it's another, we'll stick over here in the NFC as well, and then kind of finish it up with the AFC. 49ers and Commanders, Corey. I'll let you start on this game here. Give me your thoughts on this one. What'd you think about it?
The 49ers just keep doing 49er things. I'm not gonna harp too much on it. Bro, Bosa coming off the edge was an absolute beast. If you see his stat line, bro, he had 2 sacks, 5 pressures. It was something ridiculous. I can't even remember the whole stat line.
Yeah.
And then you got to look at Purdy, bro. The 2 touchdowns to Kittle, him throwing the ball, the way he maneuvers the pocket. Even without Debo, bro, they look really, really good, dog. What say you?
They're super scary. They're probably I think I've alluded to this before on our show, Corey, but that's the one team I do not want to see in the playoffs. I don't want to play those guys because I'm pretty sure they're close to getting Debo back, or he's going to be ready to go for the playoffs. I mean, George Kittle, ever since Brock Purdy's been his quarterback, has been an absolute beast. He had 6 receptions in this game for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
George Kittle is a dude. He's a dude. Yeah. And I didn't touch on that in the last one. I'd probably put, you got T.J. Hawkinson over there at Minnesota. This was a tight end weekend as far as that goes. And Kelsey balled out in his game too. We're not going to talk about that one, but Kelsey balled out in his. So I would say those are probably your top 3 tight ends right now. And the order, you got to put Kelsey 1. I think I'm debating between Kittle and Hawkinson. Now Kittle's had a little bit more season into him. He's made things happen a lot more. Went to the Super Bowl, But I think Hawkinson's right there, and you can argue both ways.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt.
And Brock Purdy,
Fred Warner, Talanoa Hufanga, Nick Bosa, who should be the defensive player of the year. Like, that defense is stacked, bro. It's stacked. Not even mention Greenlaw. I don't even think Dre Greenlaw. Like, bro, come on.
Travarius
What are you gonna do with that? Travarius Ward, bro. Like, come
out
on.
there corner.
Stop.
Just
it's a nasty defense. It's a nasty defense.
There's no doubt. Fred Warner is the best middle linebacker in the game right now.
I would have to give him that honor. Yeah.
He's the best. He just is. Yeah. He's that.
And
dude.
You got the best pass rusher in the game right now. Like, Nick Bosa has that title right now. That's his title. Yeah. He's probably going to be the defensive player of the year. And you have the best inside linebacker in Fred Warner. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah, because teams have slowly been figuring out Michael Parsons. We didn't mention that. Michael Parsons hasn't really been getting much sacks lately. Ever since he said that thing about Jalen Hurts, things have kind of changed.
It's been not looking good for him.
I'm just saying, as far as that. So I agree with you on the Bosa. He's out there absolutely the 49ers, man, they're just, I'm going to allude to it again, they're scary, dude. They're absolutely scary. They're right there on our heels for the 2 seed too. So, and I think they got the Raiders, and then they play the Cardinals. I'm like, dude, for real,
bro, they're gonna win their next 2. Don't lose.
So, oof, we can't. And we'll talk about that game coming up here as well, and what we got coming on next. This last game, this is the last NFC game I wanted to touch on. Corey, this one hurt for me, for you, because I didn't see it going this way. I mean, I picked the Lions in this game to win it.
Well, we both did.
I didn't think the Panthers were going to come in there with that much juice, but they've been playing good under that new interim coach that they've had. I think that man's earned him. I think he's earned himself the head coaching job there. I really do.
What did I say last episode, bro? I said I was nervous about the game. Did I not say that?
I was totally overlooking him, man. I was totally overlooking him.
Man, I couldn't.
I mean, it wasn't.
They've been playing sneaky good ball. Sam Darnold played good. We gave up 245 rushing yards in the first half. Chuba Hubbard had like 4 carries for 79 at halftime. Devontae Foreman, shoot, man, bro, we couldn't stop the run. And then we had the ball 7-7. We're on the 10-yard line, about to go up 14-7, and we fumble a snap. All right, just like Minshew did, we fumble a quarterback exchange. Yeah. And from that point on, bro, it was a rout. They just kicked our ass. And I don't know if you saw after the game, Dan Campbell shook Steve O's hands and was like, hell of a job, way to kick our ass, and patted him on the back. Like, he's a real one, dog. I love Dan Campbell. He's a real one. We got our ass kicked. We got our ass kicked. We had a good run. Now, fortunately for us, before I kick it back over to you, everybody in front of us lost.
Yeah, I was just about to say
so that's the fortunate thing. So we're still alive. But if we had won that game, after everything that happened this weekend, we would have been sitting right now in the 7th spot if the playoffs started today. So it hurts. I appreciate you saying that, and I'll kick it over to you, my man.
It was tough, man. I mean, it wasn't from lack of offense. So, I mean, you guys were able to get the passing game going. Jared Goff had a good game. You just couldn't get anything going on the ground. They absolutely shut that down. They only gave you guys 45 rushing yards compared to 320 that they had. That's the stat right there when you were talking about it as far as them running the ball in the first half. I was sitting here and I'm looking at the stats and I'm just setting them side by. I'm like, ooh, that's where they won right there. They probably controlled the clock too most of the game. I didn't get a chance to watch it. But if I had to guess, if they're running the ball that many times, they had 43 carries for 320 yards to only 22. They only had 22 pass attempts, Corey. Wow.
It was from the first snap. The first snap went for like 30, then the second one went for 30. Wow. And I was like, this is not good, dog. It was not looking good.
Yeah, no, it looked like it. Looked like it.
But I knew that about the Panthers. That's why I said that last week. I was like, I'm very concerned with this football team. They're 6-9, but they played 3 different quarterbacks, B.
I overlooked it.
They started off with Baker Mayfield. They had P.J. Walker. They've had the guy who's in there now. What's his name? Sam Darnold. They've been through 3 different quarterbacks, bro. And the only thing that's kept them in this NFC South hunt is their defense.
Hey, we're not going to talk about that game, but I would argue that the Panthers might overtake that division over there in the NFC South.
I hope so. I'm tired of seeing Brady. I hope so.
I am too. And Brady, that was a lucky performance against the Cardinals. My dad's a Cardinals fan, and he was down. I
felt bad for any Cardinals fan. 16-6, and you lose it?
But Tom, it was like he just flipped a switch. You know what I mean?
He does
it was
every
like,
week. Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's go. And he does it with like literally
nothing
around him. I mean, Godwin and Mike Evans are respectable receivers, but they haven't looked like themselves.
They're not the same guys they were 3 years ago.
Mike Evans didn't get a catch until like the 4th quarter of overtime, if I'm not mistaken. It was terrible for that guy.
He's older now. People need to start realizing he's up in years.
This last game that I wanted to talk about, and then we can jump into next week, Corey, the Bengals and the Patriots. I wanted to talk about this game because Joe Burrow is on an absolute tear right now. I mean, he had 2 interceptions in this game. Bill Belichick was over there playing them tough. They went up 22-0 at halftime, and they only ended up winning this game 22-18. And the Patriots didn't allow nothing in that second half. So most of those stats that you're looking at for Joe Burrow came in the first half. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He put up all his points in the first half, everything else. And that Patriots defense, they're sitting there battling for that last playoff spot, everything else. Man, when I look at this game, I really thought the Bengals were going to just step on them and go. But they didn't do that. And it surprised me because the Patriots, they're okay, but they're just not that good. What's your take?
Look, the Patriots, they got a strong defense. So to see them pitch a second half shutout wasn't surprising. But the game went pretty much how you thought it was going to go until the late second half. Bengals jumped out. Burrow was carving them up. It was 13 for 13 at one point. It was a complete mismatch. And then something happened in the second quarter. I think the Bengals missed on the opportunity to extend the lead. And then the Patriots got it, went down and scored. And at that point, it becomes a game, especially if you're at home. Patriots are at home, and they're a gritty team, man. That's Bill Belichick over there, dog.
That's fair.
He's going to keep his team fighting. You know what I mean? We just saw one of the biggest comeback ever between you and the Colts. A lot of teams have made comebacks. I think all the way back to week 2 where the Dolphins were down 35-14 to the Ravens.
Yeah.
Right, in the fourth quarter, and they came back and won. So teams are going to come back and win. You know, the Patriots aren't slouches. They are in the playoff hunt. They're a good team. They fought back at home, but ultimately they lost. Joe Burrow right now, if it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes, this dude would be the best quarterback in the world. That's all I got to say about that. If it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes right now, Joe Burrow would be the best quarterback on planet Earth.
I'm taking him over Josh Allen.
Me too.
I'm taking him over. Who else we got? I'm taking him over Lamar Jackson.
Tom Brady, Justin Herbert. You can go down the line,
Joe
bro.
Burrow. Give me Joe Burrow. Everything else.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Trevor Lawrence, all of them.
He's the second
Aaron
best
Rodgers.
I agree with you. He's the second best quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Second best. And it's getting closer and closer. He gets a Super Bowl. I think I'm putting Joe Burrow above Patrick Mahomes.
Bro, before we go to week 17, real quick, he's second in the league in passing behind Patrick Mahomes. He's second in the league in touchdowns. Mahomes has 37, Burrow 34. Mahomes 11 interceptions, Burrow 12. So and he's overall rating right now in the NFL. Mahomes is second. Burrow is 6. Now I don't do too much.
Where's Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins is.
I'm just curious. Oh man, you got to go down.
Am I missing him?
I was about to say, they can't be disrespecting.
He's 13th.
Yikes.
He's 13th. But here's the good thing with Kirk Cousins. Before we go to week 17, he's 5th in passing yards per game.
I was about to say.
You know what I mean? He's 5th in passing yards per game. He's 5th in total overall passing yards. The only quarterbacks ahead of Kirk Cousins, Tom Brady at 4, Justin Herbert at 3, Joe Burrow 2, Patrick Mahomes number 1.
Hey,
that's not bad company.
Hey, everything anybody wants to say about Tom Brady, though, he's right there top 4 in the passing yards.
Bro,
they just can't finish drives until it matters. But they're still.
No, they have the worst red zone offense in the league. I think
they're still 7 and 8. They're still 7 and 8 football teams.
Yeah.
Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. It's enough.
Yep.
Tired of it. So let's hop into this next week, Corey. Week 17 NFL schedule. The first game, I'm a little ticked off about this one, just because where they got the line. It's Minnesota at Green Bay. All of a sudden, Green Bay is this big-time playoff contender. Everything else, you know what I'm saying? They're 7 and 8, guys. They literally beat the Bears, the Rams, and a concussed Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa, those interceptions that he threw in that game on Christmas Day that wasn't the defense making a good play. And I'm not trying to take anything away from them. But it was just, like, for them to sit here and have them at -3.5 favorites against us, the 12-3 football team that's locked up the division. We beat them single-handedly, easily in the first week. Now, granted, I get it. Week 17 Green Bay Packers is probably a much different football team than Week 1 Green Bay Packers. And Aaron Rodgers has been playing better. But you can't sit here and tell me that you think that they're going to beat the Minnesota Vikings. And I don't care if it's in Lambeau. I don't. I just think my Vikings are a much Kirk Cousins is not throwing those interceptions in the fourth quarter when the game's on the line, Corey. He's not doing that. Like, they're not going to get nothing easy from us. This is a rivalry game. I absolutely hate them cheeseheads. Justin Jefferson's going to drop about $150 on him, a couple touchdowns. I got the Vikings winning this game by at least 2 touchdowns, Corey. We're going to break our little one score streak, and we're going to send Aaron Rodgers home packing. What's your take on this one? That's mine.
I like everything you said. I got the Packers covering the spread. I got them winning by like 7 points, maybe 6 points.
Ooh. It's on.
They're a hot football team. You guys play close games.
Explain.
You're number one, you're going to be on the road. Okay. Number two, y'all play close games. So you're not going to blow them out. All right. Y'all historically, every game you play, every win y'all have had has been close. So with that being said, in Lambeau, in the cold, I like the Packers. I think they're rolling right now. I got them beating y'all. I got them covering.
They're rolling against.
If I were making a line, I'd have had it at 6, maybe 5.5.
Disrespect. I hear it. I hear it over here. The disrespect. The absolute utter disrespect. Man. That's just.
Y'all aren't gonna be as motivated as they are, dog. They're fighting for that playoff lives. Y'all got the division wrapped up.
But we got to get that 2 seed, Corey.
But y'all don't act like that every week. Y'all could have been wrapped up the 2 seed. Y'all could have been did that, and y'all play around with your food, man. There's no way y'all should be down 33-0 to the Colts. You shouldn't be having a fight with the Giants who have no freaking receivers. Like, bro, those are teams y'all should dominate. Y'all just play around with your food, and I think it's going to come to bite y'all in this one. I think the Packers will get y'all. Sorry.
That's fine. It's a division game. I mean, I'm not going to be sitting here surprised or upset or whatever. Actually, I will, but I'll be a little upset. I don't. But, you know what I mean? We'll see, because the 49ers are going to win out, Corey. They're going to win out. Yeah. So we have to win, because if we finish with the same record, I think it goes to like point differential at that point. And, I mean, the Vikings are only +5 point differential as a 12-win football team.
Yeah. It's a matter of y'all playing the 7 seed or the 6 seed. It was really, I think y'all win y'all's first round matchup. The big thing for y'all is having to go to San Francisco versus San Francisco having to come to y'all in the second round. So y'all better win this game, dog. I don't see it happening. Just because I think Green Bay's hungrier. They're at home. They won 4 in a row.
See, I don't think it's a rivalry game, though, Corey. This is
the Vikings. And y'all beat them the first time, so they got that going for them. They don't want to get swept by the Vikings. No division opponent ever wants to get swept.
Well, they're about to.
When I was at the Lions, when we swept opponents, we swept the Bears 2 years in a row. And we let their ass know about it in the media. Like, post-game, everything. We let them know about it.
We're going to do the same thing.
Nobody wants to get swept.
Did you hear Jair Alexander was talking about he going to be on Justin Jefferson the whole game? That's cute.
You don't want that smoke.
That's cute, man. So cute. So cute. I appreciate it.
You don't want that smoke.
They ain't. I'm telling you, man, the Vikings are going to win this football game. They're motivated right now to get them W's. And to keep that 2 seed. They're motivated for that. And they want to get Justin Jefferson that record.
We'll see.
We'll see. No, you're absolutely right. So this next game that I wanted to touch on, this has got some playoff implications in the AFC written on it. The Dolphins and the Patriots. It's at Foxborough. It's going to be about a 52-degree kickoff time is what they're projecting. So it's not going to be a cold Foxborough game. You got the Patriots in here at -3. Being the home team, that's expected. I would probably mark these teams as about even because Tua Tagovailoa is in concussion protocol. I mean, I don't know what's going on over there in Miami, Corey, but they need to take care of that man because there's something going. We're talking career threatening at this point. As many concussions as he's been getting. What's your take on this game?
No, there's a general concern. 3 concussions in a 4-month span is a lot, dog.
It's not good.
It's a lot. It's not good on your brain, especially after everything we know now about CTE. I'm afraid they probably sit him down. Like, he won't even have a chance, like a choice to play in this game.
No.
So with all that being said, I'm gonna take the Patriots. The Dolphins are just a different team without Tua. As much flack as he gets, he's been really good this year.
No, he has.
Now, he's had a slump lately. But if he was playing in this game, I would take the Dolphins, but he's not, so I'm taking the Patriots.
See, I wouldn't either way. I'm taking the Patriots either way. I think the Patriots are going to win this football game. They see playoffs on the line in this game, so they're going to want to win this game to get into the playoff positioning. So -3, give me them. They're going to cover that. I got them actually winning exactly by 3. I see it as like a 18-15 type of football game. It's going to be a grinded out Bill Belichick football game with their backup QB. I mean, he's going to be out there playing mind games with that quarterback from Miami. So, and I don't, who is their backup? I'm not sure who it is. I mean, if it's.
Last I saw was Bridgewater.
Oh, well, see. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater is a capable backup. Let's not get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I being a Vikings fan, I've got some love for Teddy B. He had that almost career-threatening injury, so I'm kind of happy to see him get a chance to play. But I just don't see him beating the Patriots in Foxborough. Bill Belichick's a good enough coach to get this win for them.
Yep.
So
I agree.
On this next one, man, we're going to talk about your New Orleans Saints. They're gonna be pulling up into Philadelphia.
Oh, no.
This game, y'all's record is dictating where the Eagles draft. They have your first round draft pick this year.
Yeah.
That's scary, by the way, too, because the Eagles are literally about to get a top 5 draft pick or a top 10 draft pick. And the position, I mean, shout out to Howie Roseman over there. He's put together a solid team. The Eagles, however, though, they are going to be without their right tackle. Lane Johnson.
Yep.
I've heard that he's going to forgo surgery. He's not going to do any surgery. He's going to rest it, and come playoff time, he's going to be ready to go. So they're counting that they're going to get that number 1 seed, which they should. They should get the number 1 seed. I mean, they got to lose their last 2 games. I think they got the Saints, and then they got the New York Giants. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles are beating either one of those teams with or without Jalen Hurts. I don't think it matters either way if he plays. So I say all that. I'm not trying to just throw your Saints under the bus here, but the Eagles are the better football team in this game. They're favored at -5.5. I think that it's only that low. I think that's actually low, honestly, because Jalen Hurts is kind of questionable to play. They haven't actually came out and said that he is going to play in this game. So I think if Jalen Hurts is playing, it's a 9.5, 10-point spread on this game. That's what I think we're at Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? And the Eagles are going to want to beat you guys to keep that draft pick high.
Yeah.
So that's a reason to want to beat you guys and to not make it to where they have to win next week to get the 1 seed. I think they're going to want to lock this thing up to where they can get a week and then that bye week to kind of rest up some of their injured players and get them healthy. What's your take on this one, Corey?
No, look, I'm picking the Eagles. They got a number 3 offense, number 2 defense. They're just a way better team. The only thing the Saints have going for them is they got the 9th ranked defense in the NFL. So I think they'll give the offense some problems. But on the other side, I mean, that offense is middle of the pack. I think they're like 17th or 18th right now in total offense. And, bro, the Eagles are getting a lot of sacks. They're probably going to pick off Dalton twice. I love my Saints, but let's stop, bro.
No,
the Eagles are going to win. The Eagles are going to win. I got them covering. So
Alvin Kamara, too, before we move on to our next game, has been a big disappointment for you guys this season.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 184 carries for only 717 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Now, he does got a little bit of receiving yards, but I don't think he's got many more touchdowns. That dude's just been a complete. He got most of those touchdowns, too, came in like one game. I remember it because he was on my fantasy team. He gave me like 40 points one week. So, other than that, though, dude literally hadn't done nothing all season long. So,
he's been a big disappointment.
I think the Eagles are going to win this game by at least 2 scores. I got them winning by at least 2 scores. This next game that we got that I wanted to touch on, Corey, and then we'll go into our power rankings. This is the big one. This is the Monday night matchup. The Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals at Cincinnati. You got Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow. Most people are giving Joe Burrow that crown to be the better quarterback than Josh Allen, which I would. He's proven to beat Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen hasn't whenever it matters. So I got to kind of give that crown to Joe Burrow just off of that alone. Plus, Joe Mixon, when he's healthy, is one of the top. He's a top 8, top 7. And I'm a top 5 believer in him at running back position in the NFL. And then they got a bevy of weapons in T. Higgins. They got Boyd. They got Jamar Chase. Yes, I said Jamar Chase last. I did that for a reason. Because that dude is like, he's probably second best receiver in the NFL behind his running mate at LSU. I would probably have a Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase as number 2.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And Devontae Adams has kind of slid down my rankings without Aaron Rodgers. What you say?
Yeah. He's had a good year, man. Look, I mean,
for a bad
I give it to Justin Jefferson. I think Jamar is a close number 3. He's top 5 to me. That offense is special, bro. We already talked about Burrow earlier in the show. I love them in this game. I think they win this game. I think they go into the postseason at the number 2 seed. The Bills are a one-man show right now. They're literally relying on Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs when he can get them the ball. The O-line's not good. Josh Allen really hadn't been that good the past 2 months, man.
Right.
I saw some stats on him. He's really
since that elbow.
Yeah, so give me the Bengals. I've been a Bengals fan. I've been high on them. I think they win the game. I think they cover. Are they favored?
They got Buffalo favored by 1 point, so it's almost a pick. It's almost a pick.
So basically, I'm taking the underdog Bengals in at +1. So that's my take on it.
I'm right there with you.
The Bengals are going to be a tough out in the playoffs, dog. I'm telling you, bro. I can't wait till the playoffs to do these shows. The Bengals are going to be such a tough out. Oh,
that's going to be that AFC. They're kind of top heavy. When in the NFC, you've got probably about 3 or 4 teams that you're looking at. You've only got those 3 teams with the Bengals, the Bills, and the Chiefs in the AFC right now. Man, I just don't see anybody beating Joe Burrow. He's already proven to do it. And I was doubting him at the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? And that guy has done nothing but absolutely perform and just go out there with ice water in his veins, man. And he's going to do it again here against Josh Allen. I got them winning by at least 7 points in this game by a touchdown. That's what I'm going to look at.
Yeah, we agree on that one.
So, going in next, Corey, let's go ahead and hit our power rankings up. I'm going to go ahead and give you mine first this week. Number 1, I'm not going to slide them because they lost to the Cowboys with their second-string quarterback. I got the Philadelphia Eagles still as the best team in football when healthy with the Jalen Hurts. Number 2 is this Kansas City Chiefs. That's who I got as my 2 team right now. Number 3, I'm going to seem a little biased on this, but I think record just speaks for itself. The Minnesota Vikings. Number 4, the Buffalo Bills. Number 5, the Dallas Cowboys. Number 6, I got the San Francisco 49ers. Number 7, I got the Cincinnati Bengals. And I want to point out that 5, 6, and 7 spot for me. You could make an argument to me, and I probably wouldn't be able to clap back for either one of those teams to be interchanged. I think the Cowboys, the 49ers, and the Bengals are all right there. And I think that the Bills and the Chiefs and everybody else, just because of record, that's why I have that like that. To kind of close this thing out, I got the LA Chargers, the Baltimore Ravens, and the New York Giants. It took my Minnesota Vikings a 61-yard field goal to beat the New York Giants. I think Daniel Jones looked good in that game. So they're right there at the outside on number 10, or right there at the end on number 10. Who you got?
Ooh, that's cool to see the Giants in there. You've never been high on them.
Yeah.
All right, number 1, Eagles. Number 2, Cincinnati Bengals. Highest team in the AFC. Number 3, the Kansas City Chiefs. Only because the Bengals beat the Chiefs head-to-head. Number 4, the Minnesota Vikings. Number 5, San Francisco 49ers. Number 6, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I have this written right. Yeah, the Cowboys. Number 7, the Buffalo Bills. Number 8, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 9, the Baltimore Ravens. And number 10, the Los Angeles Chargers.
I want to clap back on your number 8 team, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
I get it, but their record doesn't show number 8 team in the league to me. It just doesn't scream that. And the Ravens, when they get Lamar Jackson back, if and when, they're still a 10-5 football team right now.
The Jacksonville beat the Ravens head-to-head when both quarterbacks played.
I mean, that was earlier in the season, though, was it not?
It was like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, you can go check it.
I'm doing that right now as we speak.
They already beat them head-to-head, bro.
Yeah, that would have been... Yep.
What week was it?
My freaking point, dude. Come on.
They won the game, B. No. We can have this discussion about your Vikings and winning close games and me giving my golf analogy, right? Is it a W or L when they played the Ravens?
Yeah, but Jacksonville's 7-8.
Is it a W or an L when they played the Ravens?
That's cute. They had their one game. They had that
Bro,
one
I'm
game.
just saying.
But I mean, they've looked better. They've got ETN in the backfield, and they've beaten some pretty solid teams. They got busted by you guys, though, the week after 40-14.
Yeah, we whooped their ass.
You see what I'm saying? And then you got the Tennessee Titans. They beat them 36-22. The Tennessee Titans, I think the league's kind of figured them out. They're not winning those close games that they were. They're kind of like the opposite of what we were last year to this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like last
year, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this about Jacksonville. Didn't they just play Dallas?
They beat Dallas. I was just about to allude to that and give them their roses, and they came back.
They beat Dallas, right?
It was.
So where's Dallas in your rankings?
That's fair. Touche. They've come on strong here at the end. I'll give you that. They've won 3 straight games since they got beat 40-14 by the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. They already beat the Chargers earlier in the year. You're more wrapped up in the record. I'm looking at their last 5 games.
Yeah, but they got beat by the Denver Broncos, and we've seen what they looked like on Christmas Day.
Yeah, bro. That was in October. That was Halloween.
Russ has been trash all year.
I'm looking at the last 5 games. You beat Baltimore, you beat Tennessee, you beat Dallas, and you beat New York. New York has a good team. They're 7-8. You beat Dallas. You beat Baltimore. Bro, come on. Like it's not like they're just beating up on little people. They've won some impressive games. Lately. I can't say that 2 months ago. I can't say that for the October and September. But as far as December, since November 27th till now.
And you left the Giants out.
Yeah. Because I think they're pretenders just like you used to think until you put them in your top 10.
They looked good against my Vikings.
Everybody looks good against y'all, B. Everybody plays y'all tough. That's not saying nothing.
They don't.
What is that saying?
But they don't.
Everybody plays y'all tough, B.
I hate it, too. Gosh, we can't blow nobody
I don't mean to, like,
out,
you know,
bro.
hop on your
Blow
team here. I put them
anybody
fourth in my
out.
rankings, but everybody plays y'all super
outrageous.
tough, dog.
But, hey, man. Is there anything else you want to touch on this week? If we missed anything?
Starts with R.
Nah, I don't think so, man. I think that's it.
Okay. As always, guys, if you guys are here this late in the game and you haven't joined our family yet, why the hell not? Go ahead and tap that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Also, if you liked what you seen, there's a thumbs up there. Go ahead and slap that for us as well. Helps us out with the algorithm so we can get out there to you guys. And we want to hear from you guys. Please drop down in those comment boxes. What I'm going to ask this week, do you guys agree with what I was saying, or do you guys agree with Corey? Should the Jacksonville Jaguars be up in the top 10 of the power rankings? I think no. Corey thinks yes. What do you guys think? Who's right? Who's wrong? That's what I want to hear from y'all in them comment boxes. So,
That's a good question.
without further ado, man, this is the House Divided.